Greetings and welcome to Crime Chronicles. Today we'll embark on a comprehensive exploration of Cornelius Price, an Irish crime lord whose life seems plucked from the pages of gripping Hollywood crime drama. However, the narrative that unfolds is rooted in chilling reality. Although Price's life was tragically cut short in 2023, he left behind a legacy of suspicion, heinous violence, and a slew of unresolved criminal activities. Even in his posthumous period, law enforcement authorities continue to uncover harrowing details about his extensive involvement in crime. So let's delve into the enigmatic world of Cornelius Price. In essence, Cornelius Price was the enigmatic leader of a formidable criminal syndicate headquartered in Gormanstown, County Meath, Ireland. He earned a reputation as a ferocious, unrelenting, and fearsome figure in the world of organized crime. His intimidating presence was palpable, striking fear into the hearts of many, even the Irish law enforcement agencies. Price's criminal career was marked by a long history of confrontations with the legal authorities in both Ireland and the United Kingdom. His criminal enterprise was intricately linked with a series of high-profile criminal activities, with the bulk of their proceeds originating from the illicit world of drug trafficking. Garday's suspect, the 41-year-old father of two, who was heavily involved in organized crime, was responsible for at least 4 murders, including that of a young couple and their unborn child. He also had close ties with several organized crime groups, including the McCarthy-Dundon gang in Limerick. He was filmed celebrating the death of the rival gang leader Robbie Lawler, who was shot dead in Belfast in April of 2020. The footage was subsequently circulated on social media. Cornelius Price operated from a fortified compound in Gormanstown in Meath. It was where 34-year-old Millie Morgan and 21-year-old Anna Varslev were last seen alive before they went missing on 14th April 2015. The couple had been living in the area but had planned to move to Tallaght, where the Morgan family lived. The Garda investigation into their disappearance remains open. Detectives are hopeful that the death of the violent gang leader may enable people with information about the murders and who, up to now, may have been afraid of Cornelius Price to come forward in confidence. The couple's remains have never been found. Garday believed Cornelius Price ordered their murders because he feared Willie Morgan may have known something about his involvement in the drug-related murder of Benny Whitehouse the previous year. Price and Whitehouse were involved in a violent feud over the supply of drugs and Louth in North County, Dublin. Whitehouse and another man attacked Price with a bat on Chapel Street in Balbriggan in November of 2013. The following September, Whitehouse was shot dead by a lone gunman. His partner was also shot in the leg. The couple had just dropped their children off at school that morning. Price's drug-dealing gang then became involved in another murderous feud with a gang led by the notorious criminal Robbie Lawler and others. Over 200 people were involved in the feud, which led to assaults, kidnappings, and patrol bombings, homes being burnt out, and 4 murders, including that of a 17-year-old Kiana Mulready Woods. Garday set up Operation Stratus to target the gangs, and over 150 suspects were pursued. He was jailed for 10 years at the Special Criminal Court earlier this month for bringing Kiana Mulready Woods to the house in Drogheda, where he was murdered and his remains dismembered. Cornelius Price was suspected of being involved in another feud murder, that of Robbie Lawler's associate Keith Brannigan. The 29-year-old was shot dead at the Ashling Holiday Park in Cloggerhead on 27 August 2019. Price had only been released from prison a few months earlier in May of 2019. He drove a van at a high speed at Garda Gary Dalian at Balbriggan Garda Station, forcing the Garda to jump out of the way to avoid serious injury. Price subsequently took a case against the state, claiming he had been kept in Wheatfield prison 24 hours longer than he should have been. The Court of Appeal dismissed it. The court found his alternative attempt to recalibrate his entitlement to remission was contrary to logic. As the Drogheda feud became increasingly violent and dangerous for those involved, Price decided to move to the UK. He was also under severe pressure from the Gardaí. His compound had been raided several times, and he was a great target not just for the Operation Stratus but also for the Garda's national units and the Criminal Assets Bureau. The Criminal Assets Bureau, or CAB, is an independent statutory body that was established by the Criminal Assets Bureau Act in 1996. The Bureau's statutory remit is to carry out investigations into the suspected proceeds of the criminal conduct when other avenues fail. Another reason Price relocated to the UK was his associates and relatives were also being convicted and jailed. Stephen Gibbons, who had been married to Price's aunt and lived on his compound, was jailed for 7 years after he was caught with the 9mm submachine gun. He also failed his appeal against the sentence. During his time in exile, Price remained deeply immersed in organized crime within the United Kingdom. Notably, he became a participant in a nefarious blackmail scheme that unfolded in London. His devious plot revolved around the abduction of 2 brothers. These unfortunate victims were subjected to a nightmarish ordeal that included being tied up, blindfolded, and forced to consume sleeping tablets. Additionally, they were coerced to wash with an unfamiliar substance referred to as the whole spray. It is unclear what exactly this substance was, but it added to the psychological torment inflicted upon them. The torment didn't stop there. The brothers were further compelled to make chilling phone calls to their relatives, issuing a ransom demand of £300,000. This demand was accompanied by a terrifying ultimatum: pay the ransom or face execution by gunshot. This nightmarish ordeal only ended when vigilant and well-armed police officers staged a dramatic rescue operation that successfully liberated the traumatized brothers. Notably, one of the victims was discovered in a profoundly distressing state, lying on a mattress in the back of a van. This van was operated by another Irishman named Darren McLean, whose true identity was none other than Jared Dundon. In the light of his involvement, Dundon faced a litany of serious charges related to his appalling crime. He was found guilty of 2 charges of conspiracy to blackmail and an additional charge of conspiracy to falsely imprison his victims. In 2003, 37-year-old Dundon received a stringent sentencing. He was condemned to serve a 15-year prison term, comprising 10 years for his role in the kidnapping and an extra 5 years for unrelated charges. Remarkably, Cornelius Price was also implicated in connection with a sinister kidnapping plot. However, he never faced a trial for these charges due to the declining health. Price had been diagnosed with limbic encephalitis, an illness characterized by inflammation of the brain. As the years progressed, his condition significantly deteriorated. He found himself confined to intensive care, battling his life-threatening disease. Regrettably, on February 19, 2023, Cornelius Price's journey ended as he passed away in a hospital situated in Wales. True to his notorious persona as a criminal kingpin, Price's funeral exuded opulence. It was a display of grandeur rarely witnessed. 3 luxurious Lamborghinis, each meticulously adorned in yellow, maroon, and white, led the procession of the procession, setting the tone for the entire event. Tragically, despite Price's involvement in the litany of horrific crimes, his life bore some scant accountability for his actions. The silver lining in his grim narrative is that Price's reign of terror came to an end. As we bring this episode of Crime Chronicles to a close, we are reminded of the intricate, ever-evolving, and often harrowing world of organized crime. Price's story serves as a stark reminder of the enduring challenges law enforcement agencies face in the relentless pursuit of justice and the dismantling of criminal networks. His impact on Ireland's criminal landscape was profound, and while Price may no longer be present, the story of the criminal underworld endures with its many enigmas and mysteries.